Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included on the Asteroid Oasisse on hard mode, no less, trying to get to all achievements. So, not going to be easy. This is my third attempt, and I must say, things are going pretty good. I really hope it stays that way today. I'm going to have a look around. Just I'll give you a quick tour. We've got a nice cool slush geyser down there, so that's beneficial. Last time, in particular, so that we can get the carnivore achievement and make that easy, I've got a Pacu Fry here that we're taming, and I made a goal. This was the main thing I wanted to do last time, and I've done it. I've got a little Pacu, currently wild. We'll make it a tame. But we also have some pips in here. I've got a stable with a single hatch, so a little bit of extra meat from there. And this is where I was able to collect a Pacu, found teleportation equipment, sent one of my dupes over here who is likes being alone, so they're gonna get a plus for they're over here, Explorer. I'm going to have a careful look around and I'm going to decide what I want to do first. I think Explorer was going to go down to do some installation. I wonder if that is the priority or not. I'll be back in a bit. So after considering my options, I decided I'm going to make a mess hall, actually a great hall, on both asteroids. Part of that is because I want to up morale so that the dupes don't get stressed out. I'm feeling pretty good right now, but I don't want the dupes to get stressed. They are definitely going to take a little bit of stress over this next little bit. Last time, I decided to create some tiles here just so we could get that water pushed out. A few of the dupes will take in some of that stress builder. If you could just maybe do your construction from above, might make a lot more sense. I'm also going to put some food storage down there, so starting with that. As far as a great hall over here, this is what it's going to look like. Table for one. Oh, is that dupe stuck? Oh, I think they are. Whoops. Okay, let's put that in urgently. I have a little extra space on this asteroid because I plan on having some clean air systems at some point. We'll need to find the proper amount of sand for that. Back over here, some of the construction. That door doesn't have to be shut. Can put in a plant. This is not what I want to see. Okay, what are you doing? Let's investigate this. Follow cam. You are going to. Oh, a little bit of water. Okay, that does happen to the dupes. When they sometimes when they go, they're starting to take some water and then they go on break, they'll just drop it. And they tend to prefer pick up a bottle of water than to go pump some more. So let's block that off. Hold on. I might want to design my food storage at the same time. So I see Explorer has a mess hall. They're going to be able to get a great haul shortly after planting something here. After they do that, the next goal is to go down here, and I figure we might as well insulate this now while oxygen levels are not terrible, or carbon monoxide levels are not very high. So that is the next goal here. Over on this asteroid, making a priority. Maybe we don't need that tile, but let's get this built for no other reason, or for the first reason of preventing dupes from going down here. Now, the dupes want to pick up that water, they can. I just want them to do so in such a way that they're going to stay dry. So let's build that for them. Okay, builder, you need to stop this nonsense of... Okay, let's dig right there. What I'm going to do is just put in this little spot here, which is going to be carbon monoxide for fridge. So that's actually awesome. Oh, wait, no, that's bad. That's bad. Okay, more... Let's just block that off for now so the dupes can't actually go down that direction. I don't want to put that in. Actually, you know what? If I made a mesh tile, that would actually make it that much safer. And then let's put in fridge down here. Doesn't actually have to be plugged in necessarily. Oh, yeah, it definitely should be. Okay, let's go see. Make sure nothing terrible is happening over here. Probably should dig that out. It is low oxygen, but again, it's easier to do this now in my mind than trying to do this a little bit later on when there's more carbon dioxide that's come out of Explorer. Let's watch as we get some fridges. That's going to have some power going into it. Just need to take these tiles out and put that in place. And minimum size you need for a Great Hall is 32, so this wasn't actually big enough, but that's fine because I'm actually including this area down here. And then once that's done, it is time to go back to insulating, which is something I've been putting off, mostly because I was spending so much time on getting this guy happy. You need to watch this level because at some point this will rise. We'll watch for that. But we're going to add a little bit of insulation here in the form of making some vacuum tiles. Let's go check on Explorer. Explorer has reached the bottom. They're taking out some of these tiles just so we can replace these. Maybe take that out too. Add in some insulated tiles down here. Can see that Explorer's been exhaling a little bit. They're having to hold their breath, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I really want to make sure that we don't lose this coldness or freeze the base above us. So good work there, Explorer. Let me figure out where I want to go from here. Let's have a look. We have a Great Hall, but I noticed this plant is not particularly happy, and it says growth halted due to pressure. Oh no, what's going on? This isn't great. Probably since I now blocked this off. We're getting a little bit too much carbon dioxide. We can do a number of things. We'll open up the airflow up here. I'd like to also open this up, and maybe since the water level is not going to go above this, we could... well, the only disadvantage here is I'm going to open up a path for dupes to go through, but we could put in mesh tiling or something like that. The other thing I will do temporarily is just smash this open. We got to keep going with the food. 38,000 calories, so we're doing good there. Just going to allow temporarily dupes to be able to go dig from a top so they don't have to go in the water and get all stressed out. Oh, idleness over here. So Explorer's getting the instructions of creating a insulation barrier from here to here by a mix of vacuum tiles and insulated tiles. Let's go make sure everything is done correctly here. Just do a little bit of mopping, and let's put some mesh tiles or just something to block dupes. Maybe right after that. That way we can open this. Okay, no, don't do that. Don't do that, dupes. Actually, I would also need to do that one. At this point, we might as well just go one back. Let's put in, yeah, I'll do that for airflow. Let's take that out. Okay, dupes. Really? They're going to grab that water, I suspect, though they should be able to grab it from there. I think they're just preferring that build, so no one else gets wet. Whew. Okay, let's just take that out, put that there. And the other thing is automated lights. Because the dupes eat twice the amount of calories on hard mode, they spend twice the amount of time eating, but adding light, it has that extra benefit. So we definitely want that. We can open that door. And I think we'll double check once more, but we've got, okay, mess hall. That's because this guy, that's eventually going to work itself out once the air improves, and the air definitely better improve. Over here, a little bit more insulation, but double check. Great hall here. Okay, so with this mostly underway, it is time to focus on the insulation because we don't want the heat from the outside of this asteroid coming into our base too much. We've let a little bit in. So again, up in this area, using some vacuum tiles, we should get Miner, be able to easily do that. There's Miner right there. Okay, so this is giving us vacuum protection along this way. Want to make sure we get good use of Explorer, so going over here quickly. Priority is to put all this in place and then a fire pole after that. By the time that this is done, hopefully we won't have to go down here unless we're picking up materials the other dupes are sending us. Haven't found that the teleportation equipment yet, but that'll be the later thing. Okay, let's forget that little section there. Put in that right there. I think we are good for that little section. Okay, let's move on. Realized I had opened this door and let some of my pips escape here. Let's go wrangle the ones that are tame. Are you tame? You are. You need to get back in here. And this door very much needs to be automated rather than open all the time. So I have found all the pips. They're going to be dropped off here. we've got a wild pip we don't want in there, but we'll wait for that door to shut, 'cause maybe the pip will leave, as they have. Oh, maybe. And we'll come back to that. The other issue I've been looking at is over here. And this Pacu is wildness down to 70%. That's good. We're making progress. But I see we're continuing to add in liquid, which is nice, except for we're going to eventually flood this thing. I'm going to be careful to do this such that the algae does not fall down, because we want to force this guy to eat from the fish feeder. That's what makes him start to go tame. He eats from down here. Oh, mealwood seed. That's something he can eat too. Shoot. We need to get that out. That is urgent. I'm going to say, actually, that's probably the most urgent thing. Unfortunately, someone's going to have to get wet to do that. Been trying to minimize the amount of stuff that falls down here, but that's one particularly bad thing. Algae would be another really bad thing. Let's make an urgent process of getting that out. Have the pips made it back? Okay, I'm a little concerned. Why is no one closing that door? Now let's go check on this dupe. They've got enough, but that now we're down to 28,000 calories. We better keep pushing in more food. I feel like something's going wrong. It should not be taking the dupes that long to close the friggin' door. They're like unaware the door exists right now. Just noting, the most stressed dupe right now is Scientist. Let's investigate them for a second. Says their stress level is currently at 60%, and they only have sufficient morale. What have I given them in terms? I've been kind of afraid to give anyone any more skills. Scientists maybe simply just haven't gotten down to eat down here yet, but that has me worried. Worried enough, I'm actually going to create a nature reserve to up morale even more. But really hoping that someone just decides to take on the action of closing the door and moving the dude. And actually, I think that was high. Yeah. Hold on. These guys can go. So what I'm going to do with the nature reserve, I see some plants in here. We'll take advantage of that. But we've destroyed this. We have some water preventing more polluted oxygen. We don't want to lose that water. I just have to decide what's a good spot. Is this too high? I think we're okay if we put that right there. So let's do that. This guy, we'd like to get him to eat from the feeder again. So dupes, if you could build that. Meanwhile, a little bit of insulation project going on up here. There's our feeder. I'm going to make sure this is highest priority is getting this filled up. So this process of becoming a tame Pacu can happen. So we'll fill in that with algae, make that a 6. Someone should be on that pretty quickly, though I thought someone... Okay, finally. Door has been shut. Pip has been put in here, so we're making progress over here. All right, and okay, let's plan the nature reserve. So we made a plan here for nature reserve. I'll get those dupes to work on it, but I want to concentrate on explore. Getting down to this direction so we can access some water. I want to do this part very carefully so that explorer does not get wet. Can they dig that? Let's just get them to do that next. But I want them to be able to wash their hands in the washroom. That's a priority over here. We're going to need a pitcher pump, but I don't want that pitcher pump to be in water. So I'm going to continually dig this out in such a way that hopefully Explorer doesn't get wet. Dig, dig, dig. What I want to do is drop this down. Do this. Move you over. Oh, not feeling well. Okay, it must be going down to that. Oh, what are you doing? Okay, let me just indicate that that's a priority. Though we'll have to build this anyways, but I just want to make sure this is done. Okay, is that dry? Almost. I think we need one more. level. And then we can put in our pitcher pump. Fortunately, the pitcher pump is a little bit taller, so we will need to go in like so. And I think that level will do. Okay, perfect. That's going to, in fact, I might even be able to take that out like that, which is decent. So that's going to give Explorer a place they can wash their hands and use an outhouse and get an extra morale from that. Okay, what about you guys here? Making progress. Opening some of the doors. Some of them are meant to be shut. I do not want another dupe at this point. But a hatchling, why not? Take that. Got a park sign right here. Gotta get in this guy down there. And I think we may be good as long as the room's not too big. One more thing to be built. Let's go over, check on progress here. I'm going to have a second outhouse, even though there's only... Why are you going in the water to grab stuff? That's... Okay, what we need to do to prevent that is something right... Oh, they're going to have... I actually think we'll need both sides to prevent that situation. Let's make that the priority. And don't want to see this dude getting stressed out when they're all alone. They're sick. That's enough of a problem. That door can be open, so can that one. Double check. We have a nature reserve. No. 173. We're just too big. Way too big. Just a sec. So after looking around briefly, found out what we're missing. It's this tile right here. So we lost both our latrine bonus. Plus, we don't have nature reserve because of that. So let's build that right there at the highest priorities. Have some of these other doors open up. And research. Let's do, we'll get into the plastics at some points. We'll do that. That door doesn't need to be shut, nor does that one. Go check here. So we've got our pitcher pump, where that's going to double check. Okay, yeah, they can still get down. And I guess that's because of the, I should have just done that instead, which means that, yeah, that's because they can stand here and just, like, get down that way, I guess. All right, they're on a quick little break. And we have a nature reserve. Okay, good. That is set. Back to the installation project, I think. Inspecting the work of Explorer, and I see they have trapped a pug slug down there. Over on this asteroid, we are insulating. So we're going to go down here, insulate along this way. In fact, eventually we're going to dig out in this way. We'll do that later. Insulating way up here. A couple more vacuum tiles need to go in there. Still producing some food. See, a little bit has gone bad, fortunately. Let's check on this too. What I'd like, okay, you still need to create that and get your Oasisse, but Explorer not feeling the best. I'm hoping them being able to wash their hands will make all the difference. Being sick. It's going to prevent them from going down here and getting wet, so that's something. Technically, that can go then. Actually, or can it? Let's just keep that there. I think they, yeah, because actually, I think that can go because they're not going to step down here because they can pick stuff up from up there. And with that, let's get rid of that outhouse. Make these the priority because we don't want you making a mess somewheres. Now you can wash your hands. That is a bit of good news. Let's see if you could go down and free that plug slug. I got to check over. Oh, yeah, lots of tasking over here. 68%. Still scientist. Hoping scientist morale is better. Let's go. See if I can spot them. All right, vitals for scientists. Where are you, bud? I don't want you freaking out. Stressed, I can see that. Let's see, on the stress, They at least have high morale, and they're going down 10% a cycle, so they're on their right direction. What I'm trying to do here is get over in such a way that we stay dry and allow Explorer to be able to grab some of the food that has gotten down here. So I think we can. Is that something I want to mop? I think we can manage that pretty nicely. So Explorer, you can do that. We'll make a quick path to get it down here. Got this little path. We have to go around this obsidian. Though I'm pretty sure, double check right now. Explorer. Let's give you the ability to dig through abyssalite. Actually, so my plan for there is I want to get some algae and put that into one of these Pacu places, but 13,000 calories. I'd like to get over here to grab that food first. Oh, shoot. I guess you can't make any progress until that's out of the way. There we go. We've got a plan of more insulation up here. Tubes making their way to be able to do that. And let's see, Explorer has made access to the food there. So that gives them, option is 53 and 63%. Okay, so do I now that I've got the ability to go through Grant? Oh, we also have that there. But anyway, I think we need to get some algae. Let's make a plan. We've got, I was going to say Explorer going up, but their sickness is keeping them close to the outhouse. See if they can make it up this time. Yes, wash your hands. We want you not so sick. Let's see, where is their food poisoning? 0.7 cycles for that. But this is the plan. Tear through this, eventually get up, and then we'll closer look and see where we want to go from there. All right, some not so good news. This Pacu here, I've noticed their wildness level is going up. It must be the case that this is actually too high. That is sad. Okay, I thought it looks to me like they could access it, but apparently not. So let's drop this by 1. That's the priority. Relocate that up here. Put that out so that there's no algae in the water. Take this out. And we'll put it another one right there. So we're gonna bring that up 1 tile at a time. Just it's a little bit limiting how much liquid's coming from here. Check on the dupe over here. They still need to approach that dig. See Chef on the construction. Don't want calories to get too low, so we'll do that. Rest of the dupe, starting with some insulation. Okay, and with that, let's make a priority of setting that and setting that. Okay, there's that. Explorer trying to cut through. Got a ladder going up. I put this a little wall here. We might actually extend this in time, just because I'm worried about that falling back. Not feeling great still. And I'd like to get up here, speaking of not feeling good, without getting slime lung. So what I think I might do is make another wall from the corner, like so. But let's also see, I'm hoping, maybe we'll dig this out, that hydrogen is going to stay up here, out of the way. Let's make that the priority. Be a lot easier if we don't have to, piece of hydrogen, oh my goodness. And where are you going to relieve yourself? No, we're coming up with a little bit of hydrogen, unfortunately. Oh. And these guys, yeah. These guys are producing it because they've got access to metal. All right, so there's that. Let's check on here. A little bit more insulation being installed. We can extend that there. And down here, there's lots of carbon dioxide. Okay, I'm going to take a moment to deal with this because building down here will be difficult otherwise. Well, here is the plan, a little pump. Not sure if I had power. No, not yet. And that's going to be storing some carbon dioxide up there. We're not quite done. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have to come up here for a long period of time. So you know what? Maybe a little bit of hydrogen, whatever. We'll just live with it. Make this the priority though. And as soon as we get that algae on the ground, I've got to get one or more of these Pacus to start consuming it. So here is a little bit of algae. Before we dig the other two pieces above it though, let's make sure we get that built right there. How are we doing? Calories, 35,000. Good for the moment. And let's send Explore back just to dig out that last piece. Okay, with that, in fact, you know what? I'll get them to throw that at least down here for the time being. Okay, they're picking that up. And I think I'm going to target this little area because we've got two Pacus. We also have two actual Pacus. You were 21. The other one is also 21. All right, let's make a plan for that. So I guess Explore didn't quite make that algae through, but what I'm going to do is get them to dig out down here to be able to open up what will be a Pacu tank on that asteroid. These guys still need to deal with the carbon dioxide down here. Actually, kind of surprised that I'm only dealing with the carbon dioxide now. I think that is largely due to the fact that we're getting so much polluted oxygen, especially towards the bottom of the base. But it's definitely the point where that is carbon dioxide needs to be dealt with. So cycle 31, the algae finally being dropped there. You're going down that direction. That is not the priority. Let's focus on going down here. Let me show you what I'm thinking. Where are you going? Oh, that's a 5, I see. All right, let's get you to go back down. But yeah, what I'm thinking is I want a little bit of water on top of this so that we don't lose this. I also want to get one of these. Oh, right. I'd like to be able to dump this guy, I don't know, maybe even in here. Or let's just do right there. But we're going to need the other dupe. So do that at high priority. If I could bring over Rancher. Where is Rancher in their schedule? Ooh. Let's try it. We might need a cot for Rancher. Worst case. Let's go select Rancher to move over. Just thinking I'd like to try to limit the waste of the algae. In fact, we'll dig that out as well. Dupes seem to be coming up here to pick up. Oh, sandstone. We've got a bunch of sandstone here, don't we? Why are they... Oh. Oh, we're short tasks. Because we almost have this built. Okay. Giving these guys a project of continuing on insulating. Let's go down, select carbon dioxide here. Scientist, a little stressed. Oh, don't need to dig the plant, just dig underneath it. That's a little bit smarter. Extra cot being brought up. Oh, whoa. Forgot. That's not an automated thing. Teleport. I really wish that was, you know, where you wouldn't have to actually hit teleport and potentially forget to do. Will this work is the next question. Oh, okay. I forgot to, do this. and a little concerned that they're not doing the ranching skill. Let's go to priority. I don't know if I've ever actually told Rancher to focus on ranching. So let's do that. Oh, that's not working. Why is that not working? Let's try going down. Yeah, no, they're reachable. Okay, can you not move Pacus that way anymore? Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. The only other thing, and I think I need... No, I was going to say I need plastic for this. Never mind. This is doable. Though, am I going to trap the Pacu Frys? Okay, need to strategize. I think the next priority is making sure we get some water here, because I was planning on, even though there's some Pacus that I don't want to feed, I don't want to build this until some water lands in there. So Rancher digging that out for us. With that landing there, let's now get this built. I'm going to make this not too high like I did last time, so that the actual Pacus can access them. We're going to try. No, it's going to work. We're going to try to remove one of these guys and see if we can put them up here. Where am I trying to build that? Right like that. Ah, unfortunately we get the wrong one. So how do I undo this? Undo, undo, undo. Disable. Oh, do I have? Is the only way to do that is to make this. I don't want that to go there. I think we need another thing right here to be able to let that guy out. Try again. Okay, with that guy right there. Let's check on the other dupes. 33,000 calories, that's fine. Got an item. Curative tablets. Let's do this and that. Where is the natural floor? Right along like this. Let's dig that out. We got a good coverage of insulation. I'm just going to ask for just a tiny bit of food. Oh, over here. Okay, so let's do that. I'm not going to select the other one, because what if one of these baby ones actually becomes an adult? Still a young adult. This reset. Oh, why are you doing this now? I mean, I'm not complaining. Okay, they're going to get wet, but I think this might be worth it. If they have, is that Pacu going to fall down and then, or can they snatch? Oh, they snatched. That's nice. Let's fill this up at high priority. Why? Rancher. Okay, Rancher decided they had to go to the outhouse. That's very unfortunate, but the Pacus are consuming, including the adults, which I don't want to be consuming that. Try again. Say again, selecting Pacu, getting them located there. The other Pacu. Let's locate them there. Let's do that high priority. Maybe Rancher will do it this time. I don't know why they didn't do it the first bit. Keep going this way. Make sure there's still things to be done over here. All right, Rancher on break, unfortunately. So is Explorer. Okay, maybe next cycle. See that this pipe has become backed up. Forgot to max these out. There, that gets that flowing. Whereas yeah, still lots of carbon dioxide. But the pump is at least running now. What about the oxygen level in here? That seems decent. go check, make sure everything is fine over here as well. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, we're just... Oh, okay, okay. Now, that's designed for Pacu Frys. And we'll design this one for Pacu. And did we get what we want? Which is 2 of these guys. It would be nice, before I send Rancher back, maybe we could be lucky enough to get another young... I don't know if there is. Okay, they're over here. Okay, let's go in here, guys. Give the command to mop this up as well. Oh, yeah, we don't need that. Let's destroy that. That's still fine, though. Okay, let's double check on both these Pacus. 94, you're going down. And go down. Let's go over to the other asteroid. Make sure that that didn't get messed up somehow. 54%. Age 9. Okay, so getting close to the halfway mark. Is there a possibility? I'll try this first. Try relocating back. You know what? Theory, we could just do this if it would work. Oh, I could even simplify. If it'll work. Meanwhile, we'll do this type of thing just to be able to make sure that wall doesn't fall back. Okay, it's not looking good. Oh, is that just because? Let's do this. Okay, this will involve them getting wet, but where's their stress level now? Explorer 33. This is not going to help. Rancher, can you? Yes, yes, yes. Might as well move this egg at the same time. Forget, you can just do that. Pick up the fish. I know you're not going to like going down there, but you're already got wet anyways. Just go down quick. Grab that, grab it, grab it. Okay, that's nice. Let me just see if there's any others that'd be worth grabbing. So here is the plan. I just noticed calories are at 5,000. So first of all, I think we are going to send our friend Rancher back. That's going to give the Explorer their +4 to everything. So there's the egg. It's gotten down there. That's good. Not forget about you, Rancher. Whoop. Yeah, that worked. And I'm going to, so you're fine. Let's take a minute, make sure the these guys have enough to do. They do not. So let's put in some more insulation from here over. Stoops can focus on that. What I'm trying to do here is, if you could do that and just build that, I'd like to be able to explore to be able to grab this. That'll up their calories pretty quick. Oh. Well, you didn't have to get wet. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, you might as well just dig that out. Okay, at this point, well, it's not that many calories. Only enough for a cycle and some. Okay, just move that over to a drier area. All right, well then. What I'm going to do next is approach this guy right here. And actually, there not a lot of calories, some calories. This guy is going to work on the insulation down here. And what I've done is I've created a door right here, and we're going to go along. I think we're maybe in need of some ladders. It's all right. I'd like to gather some liquid down here. In this process, we're going to actually get a little bit more calories because we're going to visit 2 of these. Where are the swamp chard? I think there's nothing we can really do but just let this fall on us. and you're going to recover your breath. Okay, they're going to get stressed out, but let's at least make sure we get some calories in the process. And Remingle going up here. Get that Pacu. Might as well get the calories too. Take that, bring that over here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Going to use toilet. Fair enough. And we need some tasking over here. I think we have a good coverage of insulation all the way around. I realized we forgot right there. Let's inspect the rest of it. We either have vacuum tiles or insulation all the way around. A little bit of Bisolite right there. Might as well grab that there. Oh, and didn't actually get that built. So let's do a ladder right along there. I think we have good coverage then. What I'm going to do is start expanding out in this direction then. And next cycle, we'll see if we can get this Pacu down here with these guys. Cycle 33. I'm going to see if I can try to convince one of these pips to plant a tree right here. There's the acorn for that. And explore back, digging up here. No, they're getting wet. They're at 50% stress. I'm hoping this will be worth it. So let's pick up that. Oh, might as well dig that out too. You may not want to hang around the location you are. Let's take this. Move that. Oh, you can't get back. Why? Ooh. I see. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Okay, you're going to have to go up and down one more time. Just to make sure you've got all our calories close by. Meanwhile, this Pacu Frys, going down here. Let's start opening up this a bit. Okay, so that gives us 18,000 or 21,000 calories to work with. Now what I'm going to do is see if I can join this. Reach out a little bit further. Some insulation tiles. Be careful. I want to watch that closely. Don't want anyone to get overheating. Meanwhile, we've got this. We'll keep going. I think we've got it. All we need to do now is maybe dig like this. And then like this. Where'd that little Pacu's there? Take that out, take that out. Okay, so there's that. How about you run the heck out of there? I think that can, we can. Oh yeah, I want water to cross that actually. So why don't we do this? Make this a bit bigger. Is there anything here that the Pacus can eat? I don't see anything. Any seeds? I think we're good there. So get actually that taken out so we can get that water to go across. Protect it from evaporating as polluted oxygen. Okay, and there is our Pacu tank over on this asteroid. Got some algae up there. Did we ever get that built? We made progress there. Might as well get that dug out at some point. The only thing is, I don't know that we've convinced this guy to come down. So maybe if we did this, because I think that's just all that's in the way. I see Explorer does not like going to these liquid areas anymore. Hoping this is going to be the last time, Explorer. Hoping we can keep you dry from here on in. Okay, let's stop and think. So I've decided I've created this schedule down here for Explorer to be able to sleep off some of their stress. We'll let them do that. And then I will finish up, I think, today on just putting in a little bit more progress down this way. Maybe we'll dig this out and add insulation along there. Now, 66. It was safe last time, but maybe it's gotten hotter. Maybe okay. I want to get a height of 4. Do I care about some of the hot stuff that is fall? I'm thinking, yeah, let's bury that. Oh, pips. You're gonna annoy me. Let's kick them out if we can. Otherwise, they're just gonna make our whole life more difficult than it needs to be. And what I think we should find is, first of all, some water here, which is good, and some algae, which we'll be able to use over here. Let's see the progress. 30% wildness. So max stress, explore, sleeping away for a bit. Let's just ask for this to be mopped up so it doesn't become a problem. All right, that is it for today. I have taken it slow. I was a little uncertain at a couple points, but I think we're okay. I really wish we had... I feel like we should have had this guy team. We don't, but 28%. I think that was just because I built this the wrong location. But I wasn't expecting to get this. But I found some algae, which is a big bonus, a really nice bonus. And because of that, we've got one, was it 4? No, 5. These little Pacus. This guy here has not consumed some. He'll consume some, I'm sure, at some point. Let me just double check. Oh, mallow seed. Is that something that they eat? Maybe not mallow. I think it's only food-based seeds. So I think we're okay with mallow. Yeah. Anything else? I don't see any other seeds in here. Swamp chard is something the dupes eat. They've got 19,000 here. Stress is a little bad. Let's have a look at some of the life support things. We've insulated down here. That definitely brought in some coolness, but we stopped that. We've got a little bit of cold temperature. Actually, I think we're temperature-wise, I don't think we're going to have a problem, which is nice because we only have the one dupe. Oxygen level. Decent. I haven't put anything in for oxygen. I might actually just put this right there just as a reminder for me to think about that next time. Over here, the insulation is complete. We've covered ourselves, so it is a very hot asteroid around the central area. Well, this is going to prevent that. Nice cooler liquid in here. That's all coming from down here. Nice to see that. Carbon dioxide, still, that guy's still running. I feel like I probably should have another electrolyzer. Maybe I will just put that in like that just as a reminder for myself. Otherwise, we're just not going to get a whole lot of oxygen at the bottom. That'll also push the carbon dioxide pump, or carbon dioxide into the pump, so it can run a little bit less. Let's just put that like that. That like this. And then, oh, circuitry stuff. That'll be next time thing. I'll just do that for now. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I will see you. Oh my goodness. I just noticed my calories are so low. Okay. Fair enough. Let's make sure we do this. In fact, you know what? I might maybe even make that 15. Hopefully next time we'll be okay. I think we will. I think that's all right. Bit of a rough start next time, but that'll be next time, your problem. Just curious if that. Oh, no. Okay. Let's see. I want that planted right there. Let's do. Oh no, because we get exactly 96 tiles. I also see a little piece of meat. I don't know if that's the first piece of meat. So this is important if we want to really work on the carnivore achievement. Is turning that off. We should Pacu Frys. Forgot that we turned that off. That's a bit of an issue because the other dupe that's over here doesn't have the ability to cook that. So hold on. Consumables for Explorer. I'm going to make an exception. You're allowed to eat the Pacu Frys, which is sitting right there. And let me double check that we've got cooked seafood, yes, but barbecue meat. We've got to add that to the menu. Whew, all right. Oh, small amount of time in terms of cycles, but a lot has been done. Maybe we should progress. I'll set solid transport for next time too. All right. See you guys.